Hello, beautiful. Natasha here with a review of And Just Like That, episode 4, season 2. So we just gonna have fun. I don't know what order this is gonna be in, but just lean back. We're gonna have our little Kiki, get your whatever you like to drink, and we'll be good. So we're gonna start off. Let's see. It was first scene was Carrie and Jackie, Bobby Lee. I'm so glad they listened to me and brought Bobby Lee back. I like their little dynamic. It's cute. And I like seeing him on there. So anyway, they're having lunch, and for whatever reason, whatever 12-year-old put this in the script, Bobby Lee was having a bathroom incident. So Candice Bergen, anyway, she played Enid. So Enid comes in, and Enid is Carrie's editor, old boss from Vogue magazine. And Enid is just queen of snark. Just being snarky to Carrie, which Carrie needs, because she gets on. We all want to snark Carrie, right? So she tells her, oh, I'm sorry I wasn't there for you. I didn't call you, say nothing about, your husband dying. And Carrie's like, oh, I understand. You know how Carrie does. So anyway, Enid says, oh, I experienced my own death. Carrie's like, oh, no, you did? What happened? Anyway, this Enid talking about she worked at Condé Nast for 30 years for Vogue, and they forced retired her. Girl, you worked for 30 years. I wish, okay? I retired out the Navy after 20 years, and I wish I'd have got a 10th of the money that I'm sure you got from retiring from Vogue for 30 years. But anyway. So Enid, she's still rocking it. She's got her Enid Talks or some kind of vlog, and it's huge, right? And Carrie's like, hey, can you put my book in your vlog? And Enid's like, no, I'd have to put everybody's book in my vlog. And we already know Enid never respected Carrie's writing, so that makes sense. Anyway, she invites she invites Carrie to come to her new online magazine launch for senior citizens, and it's called Vivant, which is French for alive. Which, hey, I think that's great. Because shoot, them senior citizens and an online magazine, oh no, they keep up. Senior citizens, they will eat you up in the comments. Now, they might be 9 months late, but they will eat you up in the comments. So Carrie's like, oh, okay, and then Carrie's like, another ageism thing. She's like, oh, does she think I'm old? She wants me to write for her old lady magazine. Next scene is LW and Charlotte and a whole bunch of other people dropping off their kids to summer camp. And it was cute because when the kids left, all the parents was cheering. So Charlotte looking gorgeous. Her dress was perfect. And LW, I don't know if that was, I wonder if that was the Pharrell line for Louis Vuitton. I don't know. But the way she had the scarf and everything, it definitely reminded me of how my grandma used to dress me in the 80s, because she would always be like, she found something from the Goodwill and she'd be like, oh, this is tough, sharp, and bad. And when my grandma said that, you always knew it was just gonna be bad. And anyway, so my grandma would put me in 1972 clothes, but it was 1983. So that's what LW's Louis Vuitton outfit was reminding me of. So anyway, she tells Charlotte and Harry, hey, don't forget, come to my 20th anniversary party. Now, next scene, Miranda wakes up on the couch of her own house where Miranda needs to be for all the madness she has caused. And we hear this banging, bang, bang, bang. And I was so mad because I was like, Brady better not be up there with that little prostitute. He better not have took her back. Anyway, no. We go up there. It was not Brady's fault, but we see Steve. Steve is dripping in sweat. Steve is hitting a punching bag. Like, I think he probably thinks it's Shay's face, and he just mad at that punching bag. He's hitting it, but Steve is ripped, okay? Steve looked like he went out, and since Miranda's been gone, he got himself an OnlyFans and is making money. I was like, go Steve, okay? Next scene, Carrie and Seema are at the coffee shop. Carrie is dressed like, really, Carrie? Come on, Molly, in the costume department. Why you do this to Carrie? Why is Carrie looking like the Flying Nun? Is this an outfit left over from Sally Field and that Flying Nun? Anyway, not cute. But Seema, as always, dripping in gorgeousness. Now, Seema, Carrie tells Seema how Enid wants her to write for her old lady magazine. And, I think that's good. It's like, girl, them senior citizens have money. They buy. Like, how do you think Lancome and Estee Lauder are still in business? You know what I mean? Like, my grandma, she would never put anything from the drugstore on her face. Like, they don't even know. Like they not watching the Elf collabs and all that. No, they buy expensive stuff. So it's like, come on, Carrie. We sick of you, Carrie, always talking about people being old. So Seema is telling Carrie how they not old, they sophomores, this and that. And she needs to flip it and use this in her favor so, she can get her book published out there. Oh, because I forgot, Carrie asked Enid if she would put her book in, in her Fabulous Things vlog, and Enid was like, no. So, negotiate the offer is what Seema tells her, which I think that's a great idea. So anyway, Carrie gets a text from this old man in a yellow sweater talking about, hey, little birdie told me you needed somebody. Carrie's like, no. But anyway, it was a cute little man. He was that. Now, if you see you an old man in a yellow shirt, that's probably old money. So anyway, he's a cute little cat daddy. But, Carrie, she don't have nothing to do with him because who knows, because it's Carrie. Now, I'm like, so I guess Carrie has, a friend or somebody trying to set her up with this little rich old man. I'm like, hey, my friends, they just try to set me up with hobbits. Why? Can you please set me up with somebody who got houses in the country in the Hamptons and a cute little yellow sweater and not these hobbits? I'm like, y'all really my friends? Like Meghan Markle, she getting set up with princes and stuff. That's what her friends do. But anyway, next scene. Charlotte and Harry. I don't know if we needed this scene. I don't know if this is trying to tell men to go to the doctor. Maybe. I don't know. But anyway, they trying to do their stuff and Harry's dried up and Charlotte's like mad about this and like in shock, and Harry's in shock of this. And I'm just like, okay, does Charlotte, like Harry, he don't know this? Like, my first thing would be like, who you with? Like, who did you give it to? Like, you been cheating? Like, what you been doing, Harry? Where'd it go? But anyway, not Charlotte. She decides the next scene is everybody, Anthony and Miranda and Carrie, they all out to brunch. And Charlotte's just telling all his business. Just all his business, and they all talking about it. And Miranda was getting on my nerves again because it's like, come on, Miranda. Miranda is just acting brand new. She's like, well, I don't know. I never liked mayonnaise. and now you know. And oh, and then Carrie's like, oh, well, no, that explains it. Okay, first of all, what does that explain? Because Shay is binary. So if Shay is binary, she's not a man or a woman. So are you trying to say, is Miranda trying to suggest she's a lesbian now? Come on, Cynthia Nixon, you should write, you know how to write it. Like, if you with a binary person, you're not necessarily, you know, a lesbian. I think that makes you more, because anybody can be binary. Doesn't that make you more like a homo sapien or something? Or no, what do they, I forgot what they call it, not homo sapien. I forgot, but something else that they call it. That's what that would make you, Miranda. So anyway, we have to have this whole scene of Charlotte telling all the business. Editing Natasha, just wanted to let you know my Carrie inspired skirt is from Team U. I did a full Team U review on my channel. So Charlotte telling all Harry's business, right? And Miranda is acting brand new. Miranda, why are you acting brand new? You know, talking about, oh, she doesn't care. Charlotte's, you know, speaking to everybody about Harry's bodily functions and, you know, and what was not squirting out. So now everybody's up in Harry's business about that. He probably doesn't want everybody to know this, but anyway, this unnecessary conversation, but it just made me mad because I'm like, why is Miranda acting brand new? And Carrie, you know how Carrie is, but we remember the Sex and the City scenes when y'all used to talk about the flavor, the pregnancy scares, and y'all remember Samantha and that man? How she talked about that man? And how after that, like all the men, you know, after that episode, all the men all over the United States and probably Europe too started drinking their pineapple juice. So next scene, LTW and her husband Herbert, they enjoying themselves. They had a cute little bar, getting like some espresso martinis. He's telling her how he wants to run for city controller, but he doesn't want to do it because he's got work and he doesn't want to put extra work on LTW because, you know, she's doing her documentaries and everything. And it's like, wait, y'all can't get mama to come up and help? But anyway, Herbert, he's a great husband. And I think, I'm not sure, but just watching listening to the Writers Room podcast, I think Susan Hill might write for them, who wrote for The Cosby Show and A Different World. So, you know, I really feel like LTW and Hubert, their stories are really well written. Anyway, next scene, Charlotte and Harry at the doctor's, and it was cute. It was cute. That doctor, though, he was not caring nothing about what Harry and Charlotte was going through. He just did not care. So anyway, you know, Harry, why he didn't know that this was going on with his body. Harry, it's your body. You gotta watch your body. But anyway, they say he needs to do Kegel exercises. So then that was cute little scene. And then Charlotte was being his Kegel coach. Because, you know, that's the thing with Charlotte. I think from Harry, because we know, like in the first, from Sex and the City, how, you know, she could have been with anybody. And, you know, she had her old husband, Trey, who looked good, but he couldn't do it in the bedroom. So whatever we want to say about Charlotte, her little outfits, or she's acting kind of crazy, you not gonna bring some wrong stuff to Charlotte. Charlotte is very Charlotte is very 90s rap person, like Lil Kim. Like you not coming and bringing Charlotte no bad peen. Anyway, next next scene was Miranda, Steve, and Brady going to counseling. Like, how good was that? Could you imagine, like, if our parents would have took us to counseling after our first breakups? Like, just imagine how much healthier all of us would be. Our love lives would be so healthy. You know, instead, what did our parents tell us when we broke up with somebody, our little first heartbreak, and we just be crushed? Parents would be like, good. They look like you broke up with that gorilla. I'm glad you broke up with that gorilla. I never liked him, no way. They would just be terrible. And then what, your friends, what did they do? You try to get help from your friends back in the day. Who they introduced you to? Jose Cuervo. So anyway, basically he's saying, oh, you know, I'm good. You know, I'm over my little breakup. I'm good. But hey, I want to know what y'all gonna do. Y'all gonna do something, separate, do something. Don't just keep being a mess here. And Miranda, please, Cynthia Nixon, bring back the old Miranda. This Miranda makes no sense. So Miranda's like, I don't know. We're good anyway. So best line ever, which was so true in this episode, was Brady saying, well, basically, you know, he's like, I don't know who this heifer is. Like, this heifer is not my mama. Like, you don't act like my mama. Please bring back my mama. And yes, we all want our Miranda to come back. So then the very next scene, Carrie and Miranda going to Shay's new place, and Miranda is wearing her outfit. Like, I do have to hand it to Cynthia Nixon. Girl, your body is tight. And her outfit did her thing. So she's complaining to Carrie about, oh, Brady doesn't want to go to college, da-da-da-da. And you know what I think would be really good? If, because I don't know if Steve and Aiden still own the bar together, or how that's going, but I know Aiden's coming back. And I think that would be so good if Aiden starts teaching Brady how to do like construction work and carpentry. Because that would be so good. And those are the people that make money now. You can't replace a carpenter with AI, okay? So, but anyway, Miranda's mad. But she tells Carrie, you know, of course, she didn't speak up for herself. Anyway, they get to Shay's house. Guess who's there? Shay's husband. So you left your husband and child, but Shay still got her husband. Okay. So anyway, Lyle's there. He's flirting with Carrie and talking about, oh, you know, Shay ain't got no glasses. Drinking glasses. Okay. And they doing something, putting together IKEA furniture. I'm like, why is Shay putting together IKEA furniture? Okay. She does. I mean, Shay should have furniture and stuff, but whatever. This excuse for her and her husband being back together is some IKEA furniture. Next scene is LTW's party, and it is fabulous, okay? Fabulous. And then they introduce a gallery owner named Mark. They introduce him to Charlotte. They're talking. He asked Charlotte about if she discovered somebody. I don't know who it was, but anyway. Charlotte's talking about art, and I liked this character. He was good. And then Mama Wexley's there. Of course, nobody showed up to the party yet. Mama Wexley's there, and she is just throwing shade and just being terrible, as Mama Wexley is. But like me some Mama Wexley, she reminds me of my step-grandmother. So much just like her. Anyway, guess who is LTW's father? Billy D. Williams. Yes, yes, Billy D. Williams. Billy D. Williams from Mahogany, Lady Sings the Blues, and Star Trek. No, not Star Trek, Star Wars. When I was a kid, for some reason, I thought Billy D. Williams was my father. I saw Mahogany, and I thought those was my parents. And my mom was like, well, good, if they your parents, let them buy your food. Let them pay for you to go to Catholic school. You know how mamas is. But anyway, I was so happy to see Billy D. Williams, and Billy D. Williams is still fly. Anyway, he's in the show. He's a poet, and he was trying to act like he was mad that his daughter is married to Hubert. Really, Billy D? You rather your daughter marry Pookie? You rather your daughter marry Ray Ray? Quit lying. We know that's not true. Anyway, so what happened? Nobody's showing up to this because Hubert forgot to send out the emails to everybody. Editing Natasha here. I meant non-binary and sapiosexuals. Yes, non-binary and sapiosexuals. That's what I meant when I was talking about Shay and Miranda. Hubert forgetting to send out the invitations. Ooh. So they were supposed to have like 30 something people there. They only ended up having like 5 or 6. Now, if I was there, I would be taking all that lobster home. Ooh, I would be having me plates, okay? Anyway, so next scene, back to, so Shay and Carrie are over there, and, you know, and Shay's talking about, so Shay and Carrie and, I think his name's Lyle, Shay's husband, and Miranda, they're all on the bed, drinking out of a solo cup. Now, please tell me why Shay ain't got no glassware. Why Shay ain't got no glassware? Like, Shay is, I don't know how old Shay's supposed to be, but she's definitely over the age of glassware age, okay? And she's been with all these people, so she's been with, you know, well, I'm sorry, them. Shay, them, has been with lots of people and has been around in them streets. So nobody in the streets left her some dishware. But anyway, so they're all on the bed drinking out of solo cups. And, you know, Shay's talking about, oh, how wild she used to be. And basically, it felt to me like how she manipulated her husband, Lyle, into doing stuff that he probably wasn't really cool with. And then this is Miranda. And at this time, I was cutting up carrots for Brady. Your child? Yeah, you should be cutting up carrots for his lunch. First of all, children are not a burden. Children are a blessing. Okay? And I'm sorry, but I'd rather be cutting up carrot sticks for Brady, my child, than giving sticks to Shay. And Miranda has lived a really full, rich life. Have Michael Patrick King or whoever's writing for Miranda, have you forgotten that we saw Sex in the City? Miranda went everywhere. She dated everybody. She slept with lots of people. Why is Miranda all of a sudden, I don't know. And she married a bartender, and we all know, no offense to bartenders, but we know most bartenders, especially in New York, they've been out in them streets. So supposedly, you know, Shay's life is supposed to be so much more exciting than Miranda's life. I don't believe this. Don't believe this at all. I would have liked it better if they would have brought Blair Underwood back. Because if y'all remember in Sex and the City, Blair Underwood, this was, you know, second to last season. She was with him. He was that fine sports doctor, and then she ended up dumping him and getting back with Steve, you know, who's her baby's daddy, but he was fine. Like, bring him back. Okay, I could see leaving my husband and my child for Blair Underwood. Hey, Blair, if you out there. But anyway, I could see that. I don't see it for Shay because Shay still has her husband. So you left your husband and your child for somebody that is still with their husband. I don't like it. I don't feel it. So anyway, Shay's husband is giving out all kinds of, so they're on the bed and he's giving information about him getting pegged and all this and that. And like I said, I feel like how they're writing Shay, you know, because I've been listening to the writer's room and they're trying to make Shay more likable. But you're making Shay seem very manipulative, and as though them manipulates people sexually. And I don't like that. You could do, you know, it was good with Shay for a minute when you were trying to get us to see Shay's, you know, life, but now Shay looks very sexually manipulative, and I don't think that's good representation for people who are non-binary. But anyway, Carrie leaves, and I would have left too because I'm not drinking my fine wine. I brought out some red Solo cups. No. That's annoying. So back at the party, at the anniversary party, Charlotte, she's chatting up Mark, the gallery owner. So I'm so excited for this. So hopefully Charlotte goes back to work, and I know her kids want her to go back to work. So anyway, so Mark, he's like, oh, my 10-year-old is calling me about summer camp. Your 10-year-old? Okay, so we don't have ageism for Mark, who's about, I don't know, 135 and has a 10-year-old. But we got ageism when it comes to Candace Bergen's character, or Enid, having a magazine for older women. All right. Writers. Okay, so anyway, so Charlotte, you know, helps him out and is like, don't answer the phone. But to me, I'm sorry, if my kid was calling me from summer camp, I would answer the phone. Like, I don't know. You don't know what's going on. So I would answer the phone. But anyway, it's a TV show. Charlotte says, don't answer the phone. So Mama Wexley is real cute because Mama Wexley is way at the end of this table that was supposed to be for 35 people. And, you know, and poor Harry, he gets sent down there to be with Mama Wexley. So that's funny. And I really do like Harry's so funny. Like, such a good character. But to me, like, Harry, he's complaining. And I'm like, typically, and I think Harry and I are on the same page. Like, if we was sitting way at the end of the table with Mama Wexley and all them extra lobster plates, we just gonna be packing up extra lobster plates. Like, we taking lobster plates home. So anyway, so Billy D. Williams gives a stank speech at the, at the anniversary dinner. He don't say nothing about Hubert. He's just giving a stank speech talking about how wonderful his daughter is. Charlotte gets offered a job by Mark, which I said is good because everybody, you know, needs her to go and start working. Now, so of course the cake doesn't come because LTW forgets to order the cake. Now, first of all, this venue that they at looks like you could get some cake or some dessert, but whatever. It was some special cake because on she and Hubert's first date, they had a cake and she forgot to order it. So Mama Wexley's like, I always had cake because I used to make cake and I was a concert pianist. And now, first of all, I feel like Mama Wexley's cakes would not have been good. Like, Mama Wexley's, but I don't want to eat her food. like I said, she reminds me of both my grandmas, my grandma, and my step grandma and all. And neither one of them had good cakes. Like, no, we don't want you to, no. Their cakes wasn't good. Like, Hubert doesn't even look like he had good cakes as a kid. So anyway, she's trying to say she gave up her career as a concert pianist so her cakes could help her husband do well in life. And I'm like, okay, a concert pianist, a black woman in the 50s, like, what was you making? I'm sure you could have made a whole bunch of money, but I just feel like you did do better. And why aren't you still doing concert pianoing? She could be over there with Lily. That would be great if Mama Wexley and Lily get together on some songs and they could just both complain about being rich. Perfect. Oh, and then Hubert, because Billy D. Williams is talking about Hubert and he don't care nothing about money. So LTW is like, oh, Hubert's about to run for city comptroller, and Hubert's like, ooh, what? Okay. Let's go back to the juicy bits. Shay and Miranda. So, of course, Shay can't wake up that man out her bed. Why is that man, your husband, sleep in your bed? Oh, maybe because he's your husband. So Shays makes up some story like, oh, we can't wake him up. So the two of us, and the couch is broke. So the two of us will just have to sleep in the bed with my husband. And okay, first of all, the couch isn't bad. Break the other leg of the couch. Y'all sleep on the other leg of the couch, right? Okay. So anyway, so Shay and Miranda, they start making out, doing their thing. And Lyle wakes up. Shay's husband wakes up. And Shay's husband's like, starts rubbing on Shay. And basically, Shay's telling Miranda, are you cool with this? Really? Are you cool with this? Are you cool with the fact that you left your husband and your son to be cool now with me and my husband? Because when they had originally done Shay in the first season, Shay was like, oh, I'm not going to be with you if you married. This and that, I'm not going to be a homewrecker. Really? Really, writers? This is what y'all doing? This is what y'all doing, writers? So after Miranda, who has just basically left her husband and little redheaded boy for a pimp. And I'm really, which we can't expect much from Carrie, but I'm like, really, Carrie? I still don't understand Carrie co-signing on this relationship with Shay and her best friend Miranda. But okay, next scene is Carrie calls Seema, and she's walking around. She's telling Seema looking gorgeous as ever, drip, drip, drip. I don't want to go to the party, and Seema's like, go to the party. And I so relate to Seema as just being a POC, and just like having to be the soundboard sometimes for everybody, and just having to be their whole best motivational fan. And she tells Carrie, she's like, whatever you do though, don't take a picture next to a woman in a walker because it's going to be bad for your brand. Seema? Didn't you sing Carrie when she was walking around with the Moses stick and couldn't walk in the first season, and Carrie wouldn't go to the doctor because for whatever reason these rich people on this show, none of them don't want to go to the doctor, and they got all this money? And you told her, to get her hip checked out, and she had a whole hip surgery and everything. But now Carrie can't take pictures next to somebody with a walker. Okay, what are we gonna put in this ageism flag? So anyway, she convinces, so, you know, Carrie goes to this party because she needs Ingrid to promote her book. So she goes. First thing, of course, somebody is asking Carrie to take a picture with someone in a walker. And this first season, didn't get my hip checked out. I was gonna walk around with the big old Moses stick. Doesn't want to take pictures next to someone with a walker, but okay. Gloria Steinem is there. Gloria Steinem is 89 years old. Woo. Yes, like, so crazy how time flies, because I was born in the 70s. So I was, you know, born in that first generation of how just the United States, how everything changed. But anyway, so at this party, it was a bunch of gorgeous ass Martha Stewarts, up there. And then Mitzi tells Carrie how she sent Carrie that picture of Marley, or whatever the old man with the yellow sweater's name was, the old cat daddy. And Carrie's like, hey, he's too old for me. Which is like, yes. First of all, okay, so Mitzi been sleeping with this man too. And I'm just saying, y'all got all this money, and this is who you all passing around? Like, I really don't feel this. Because, no, first of all, y'all got all that. Why ain't y'all passing around like a professional? A professional man, like the one that Adam 22's wife was with. You know, one of them. Y'all got that money. Like, you just passing around this man? No. Pass you around a professional, okay? Y'all got the money for a professional. Get you a professional. Because Marley was talking about, not Marley, Mitzi admits that her husband was gay. So, because you remember in Sex and the City, everybody thought her husband was gay. She admits he was gay, but he tried real hard, this and that. Anyway, this old man, he's going to Pound Town, supposedly, on everybody. But I just don't understand this. Everybody's sampling it. So, so Gloria, she's given her speech, and, you know, she's given, you know, typical speech like type that she would have gave in the 70s women empowerment speech. Anyway, she didn't write, the writers didn't write her lines. They just let her go speak. Anyway, while Gloria is speaking, Carrie gets a tripod picture of Marley that Mitzi sends her. So anyway, this man is posting his pictures and sending pictures of himself out. That was kind of weird. Anyway, next scene, Charlotte and Harry, as Charlotte got Harry doing his Kegels. That was cute. Charlotte was serious. She was like, you're gonna do them. Yes, so that was cute. Next scene, so Gloria Steinem. Oh, and Gloria Steinem, the writers, they didn't write anything for her. So Gloria Steinem came in with all her own stuff. You know, she just spoke off the cuff. So, it was good, like, for me, you know, being a 70s baby, to see the whole 360 and how this has all come around. Because you younger people probably won't remember, but the people who brought in baby's mama's culture and made baby mama culture mainstream definitely was Candace Bergen and Gloria Steinem. Now, they were never baby's mamas. They been married, both of them probably been married 100 years. They both been married, they both been in very long-term marriages, and they married their child's father. Now, I was raised by a single mother. My father died when I was a kid, so I'm definitely not hating on single mothers. But I just want y'all to know that the baby's mama's culture is not from us, okay? Candace Bergen did that way back in the day. And it's not me who says this. It is, what was his name? Vice President. Oh, let me see. I wrote it down. Vice President Dan Quayle said this. Okay. So anyway, just, you know, fun fact, everybody don't follow these celebrities because what they tell other people to do, they do not do at all. So anyway, so Carrie and, you know, Carrie's moving through not just being ageist to everybody. All these rich ass old Martha Stewart ladies. Anyway, then she and Ingrid take a picture together and with Gloria Steinem. So Ingrid wants to check out the pictures because Ingrid's like, you're not putting no ugly pictures of me. You're not posting ugly pictures of me. And she rolls up on a picture of her old passed around for the streets, the 75-year-old F-boy, his tripod picture in Carrie's phone. And she's like, Carrie, are you dating my man? Da, da, da. Ingrid, we have not forgotten when you tried to steal Carrie's man, you know, the one she went to Paris with. I can't remember what his name was. I know he was just a Russian. But anyway, it's Mikhail Baryshnikov. So you tried to steal Carrie's whole man. In front of Carrie, you tried to steal her whole man. Now you mad because your man is posting tripod pictures. Anyway, works out because Ingrid Bergman, or Ingrid, only wanted, she only wanted Carrie to give her money. She wanted $100,000. She did not want Carrie to write for her. Like I said before, it makes sense because she never appreciated Carrie's writing. So basically, they do a deal, and Carrie's like, okay, I'll give you money, but you have to post about my book. And one more little add-on I forgot. I know I was being very Khloe Kardashian with my hands. Anyway, I got these nails on Temu, and I did do a whole Temu review and haul on my channel, so please go watch that. And also, if you liked this, give me a like. Overall, it was a good episode. I know a lot of the people complain about the characters and it's too many characters, but do these people remember like the original Sex and the City episodes of how many characters there were in it? And because we don't have Samantha, who, like the last few seasons, Samantha carried the show. Kim Cattrall, we love you, Kim. Carried the show, so you do need these other characters. So, and I'm very happy for the diversity of this show. Anyway, I thought this was a good episode. I definitely think we should watch And Just Like That because it is good. It is something for, it does put, you know, it can be cringe like the original was, but I do like seeing older women in something. I like seeing the fashions. I like it. And I really don't like all these people just hate watching and complaining. And I'm sorry, y'all can come for me and say whatever, but y'all ain't fabulous. Y'all ain't fabulous. Sex and the City is just was about fabulousness, and I don't think none of y'all can relate. Thank you for watching, and if you're still watching, can you give me a like so, you know, all of us non-hate watchers can still see my videos? Bye, and remember, life is too short to just hate on a show for no reason.